What's up, everyone? Shoe Booty Sports coming at you normal day in time. This is your host, Graham Powell. On this screen, co-host over there, Bradley Brown on the other screen. Say what's up, Brad.
What up? How's it going?
It goes. I'd say we got lots to talk about, not as much as the norm. Uh, I'm a little behind on some sports, and I'll get into why in a little bit. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com. Under the submit results section, once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series, and you can find us, the Shoe Booty Sports, getting my podcast mixed up there. Sorry about that. You can find us, Shoe Booty Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X at Shoe Booty Sports. All right, so NBA free agency stuff going on. A lot of it too. I'm wearing my Memphis Grizzlies hat because one, it's the only NBA hat that I have, and if I figured if I'm ever going to wear it, now is a good time to wear it with all the NBA free agency moves going on. The big one, well, the most notable. I don't know if it's the biggest one, but most notable to me is Klay. Klay going to the Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million deal. It was basically my understanding between the Mavericks and the Lakers. Uh, you listen to Brian Windhorst, all the talk was Lakers. It really wasn't even that close. It was Klay to the Mavericks made the most sense to him. I get that. You got Jason Kidd, who's proven himself to be a really good head coach and with a clear plan of what they want to do with him. And and the Mavericks are coming off of a NBA Finals appearance. So there's that. You're playing with 2 superstars in Luka and Kyrie. And yeah, and with the Lakers, there's a lot of question marks. You don't know really what you're getting with JJ Redick. We're gonna wait and see. LeBron will play what, maybe 2 more years, maybe.
Maybe.
Anthony Davis still a question mark. I mean, he's really good when he's healthy, but that's a big win. And yeah, it's just a lot of unknowns with the Lakers. So I get it. I guess it made the most sense. It's probably, well, and I don't know how much this played into it, but there's the state tax thing too. You're going to get to keep a lot more of your money in the state of Texas as opposed to living in Southern California. So there's that too. I mean, Clay's got a lot of money. He's loaded. I don't know how much of that really mattered, but it's probably a better situation than Dallas. Although if you're looking at it, I would think, do I want to play with maybe the best facilitator the game has ever seen in LeBron? Because I mean, how many years does Klay really have left anyway? Is he going to play beyond his contract? 3 years? I mean, he's
No,
so
does he even finish his contract? Yes.
he probably does. I think he either finishes it or that he gets released. It doesn't work and he gets released. His whole thing is, can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
And I don't. He probably doesn't play beyond the contract. Uh, but considering maybe you only play that contract, why not finish it with LeBron? Have a guy wanting to get you're going to get. I mean, he got a lot of open looks with Golden State, so it's hard to say that he's never going to see. He would he would have seen better looks there with the
Yeah.
Lakers. but he would probably seen some really good looks in LA with LeBron as his teammate, passing him the ball. I mean, because he's a spot up shooter. You know, he can. You get him the ball, he's firing away. I mean, that would have been a very interesting combo. But instead, you're going to Dallas and you're going to be teaming up with two ball dominant guards. You know, it's already a bit loaded backcourt in Kyrie and Luca. So considering that, it doesn't Dallas doesn't make as much sense to me as maybe LA would, other than like I said, I would rather play. I'd probably rather play for Jason Kidd, just because I don't know what I'm getting yet with JJ Redick. And if I only got 3 years left, yeah, I'll just go. I'll go play with Jason Kidd. I got two younger superstars in Luca and Kyrie, more durable at this point. So, mate, I don't know. Was it the right move? I guess so.
I think so. I think it's his better shot at getting another ring. I mean, you got LA on the trending downwards, and of course Dallas is trending upwards with that finals run. So
Yeah,
I, I
I
think it
guess
makes
you're
sense for him. So
yeah, I guess you're playing for championships at this point.
yeah,
When you've won four of them and have been to two more, makes sense. Like that's the only thing that's going to get you motivated, and that's the best place to do it. You're not getting to the finals in LA. Not with how loaded the West is right now. Yeah, that's your best shot to get there. I say that as if Dallas is in the West, but point being, that's a better team right now. And yeah, so I guess championships would be a big deciding factor there, maybe the deciding factor, because I'm sure the money was similar. But all those other things taken into consideration, Jason Kidd laying out a clear cut plan for what they want to do with you. Yeah, I'd say that was the right move.
yeah. But
That championships.
the first person to call Klay as soon as free agency opened up was LeBron. It's like, come on, man, come help me out.
I'm sure. And I heard Steph put out something he wrote about Klay. I'm sure it was something heartfelt and well done. I haven't seen it, haven't looked at it. Uh, as far as the other moves, or Paul George going to Philly.
Yeah,
Good move for Philly. I don't think it makes them contenders. Maybe it makes them contenders, but I don't know. It just none of those guys can stay healthy and do
yeah.
so at the right time.
I
So
was about to say they got to stay healthy. Got to
and
stay healthy.
that's something that seems to never happen with Paul George and Embiid, and like you got two guys that can never stay healthy joining forces. So even at the rare occasions they are on the floor at the same time, I don't know. I'm almost waiting for something to go wrong with that. It's a good move. It's a good move if you're Philly. I don't know. I got to see it. I got to see it happen, I guess, before I can believe it, if that makes any sense. Okay, what about all right, we did have the NBA draft. We had the NBA draft last week, and it went kind of as predicted. Lakers got Dalton Connect with the seventh overall pick.
He's finally got the right number, by the way. He's number 4, so Connect 4. Finally got it right.
Is that what number he's getting?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sure that had a lot. I'm sure that did have a lot to do with it. So good call there. Good get by the Lakers.
yeah,
I mean, really nice player out of Tennessee, a shooter, something the Lakers need, something
yeah. He can
LeBron
shoot.
needs. And that was the other thing I was thinking. I mean, if you're the Lakers and you add Dalton Connect and Klay Thompson in the offseason, I mean, that's big. That is
Yeah.
those are two really good moves. But you got one of them. I guess if you're gonna take one over the other, it's hard to say I would take Dalton Connect over Klay Thompson, a future Hall of Famer. But I mean, Klay is literally on his last legs. So an up and comer, ready, looking to prove himself, might be just what the Lakers need. Uh, but then Bronny James taken 55th
Shocker.
overall, second round. Nobody's shocked by it. I have mixed thoughts about it because
Yeah.
really, really players are the NBA draft isn't like the NFL where you can get quality players even in the seventh round in the NFL just because there's so many positions that really past the first 8 to 10 picks, depending on whatever draft it is, you're gonna have a hard time finding guys that can really help you. The vast majority of them will be bust. They're just won't pan out. And I say that because does it matter at the 55th overall pick who you take? I mean, why not make it official and say you drafted Bronny? Or if there's other players you like that are on the board that other teams are interested in, you could draft them and sign Bronny as a unrestricted free agent because nobody was going to draft him. The Lakers were going to be the only team that drafted him. I saw JJ Redick said Bronny earned this in the presser. I mean, because what's he going to say? Like, I'm not going to dissect that because what's he supposed to say? Yeah, nobody wanted him, but we're gonna take a chance on him. No, he's not going to say that. Bronny earned this. No, he didn't. He didn't do anything in college. He didn't earn it. It's
No.
LeBron's kid. Like, come on.
I keep thinking, what's he going to do when LeBron retires? I mean, is he going to retire too? I mean, unless he just pulls a 180 and is actually a phenomenal player,
Well,
which
he
I
won't
don't
be
see happening.
phenomenal. No,
Yeah,
he doesn't have his dad's size or athleticism or anything like that. I mean, that's not his fault. It's
that's his younger brother. His younger brother's got his size, but
I saw some clips of him. Bryce, right? Bryce is his
yeah,
name. I saw a couple of clips of him. It might have been today or last night. I think it might have been last night. I haven't had TV for nearly a week now. I think it went out last Thursday night. It was the night of the presidential debate. I haven't had a TV, so I have not watched any sports or anything that hasn't been on my phone since then. So I was wondering, I was like, what am I really going to have to talk about? Thank God for NBA free agency, because otherwise I would be just lost on stuff to talk about. So yeah, I buy this. Don't ever buy an on like ONN Roku TV, by the way. I bought that thing March 9th, bought a 4-year service plan for it, activated the 2-year warranty like the next day. You have 90 days to do it. Activated it the next day. It goes out. I paused it during the debate. I pulled it up on YouTube, paused it 30 minutes in, went to go clean my kitchen, came back and my screen was black. Did all the things, reset it, unplugged it, all that BS. It's just done. It's cooked. Like it's done working. What, 4 months later?
you and TVs, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. So I go back and forth like with people, the manufacturer, and basically they're just refunding me. And like the Allstate did at least they refunded my service plan too, so I at least get $40 back for that. And I had some time before or between work and our podcast for me to get on Amazon and compare to Walmart and Best Buy and all the others and get me a new TV. It'll be 10 inches smaller, 55 incher, but it's a Samsung. Great reviews on the most recent reviews. So brand new TV will be brought to me via Amazon on Saturday. So I will at least be up and running television wise Saturday so I can get caught up on sports again. So yeah, that's my rant of why I haven't been watching sports in the last week or so. Nearly a week since Thursday. It's felt like.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's not as bad as you think. I'm so busy anyway, but so I've
I
just
mean, it
been
sucks you got a brand new TV that went out.
yes, 4 months old, went out, did nothing. Now it was a $300 65-inch TV. Maybe that's the red flag, right?
Maybe.
So I paid basically double for a 55-inch TV that's a proven brand. So I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
can't go wrong here. So it was incentive to buy a better quality television at least. All right, what was I talking about? Bronny
Ronnie,
and earning
you're
it,
talking
not
about
earning it.
Bryce, yeah.
Okay, then Bryce. Yeah, I saw a clip of Bryce. I mean, he had some moves. So it looked like a little bit like his dad in spots.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe the more athletically gifted of the two, like size and all that. And nobody's knocking Bronny on this. Nobody's doing that, but and really, I don't hate what JJ Redick said because what's he supposed to say? You know, I like it when coaches are truthful and give me truthful answers about things as a reporter. But at the same time, if I'm in his shoes, I'm probably doing that too. Because what do you say? What you're just trying to please your superstar, your all time great, and so and you don't want to and you want to build the kid up too. So I don't have a problem with what he said. Uh, yeah, it's what it is there in LA. Keep
Yeah.
LeBron happy. You got a shooter. You got a shooter in the draft. You got what you wanted. You got a shooter with the top 10 with your top 10 pick, and you didn't get Klay, but you still got a shooter, and see what else they can do. Um, I saw the Warriors did get Kyle Anderson from Minnesota. I think that was the latest signee, which I mean, a good player, nothing special. Uh, yeah, other moves, other free agency moves. What did I miss? Because, like I said, haven't been near
Uh,
TV.
forgot somebody on the Mavs left. He got traded away.
Hardaway,
Not
right?
traded. Huh?
I think it was Tim Hardaway Jr.
Maybe. I don't think he
Okay,
got traded away. I just think he left in free agency.
yeah, I don't know. I was like, clearly you don't know either. Neither of us do.
I
Um,
did see where the media was asking Bronny, what he if he's ever thought about playing with his dad, and he said no. And I've never thought about playing with my dad. And I'm like, you liar.
I think he said the that wasn't the most important thing. I think is what he said. Uh, which I get that it makes sense,
Yeah.
but that's the only way you're going to get to play in the league. Uh, it's unfortunate for that kid. You know, it's because he's still a kid. You know, it's an
Was he 20?
I if that I don't think he's that. He's probably 19.
We did 2 years in college, right?
No, no, he did 1 year in college. He was a freshman this year.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think he's 19. He's handling everything the way you're supposed to. Uh, yeah, I mean, nothing. Like I said, nobody's knocking Bronny here on the show, or I'm not.
Apparently, he impressed people at the NBA camp, so he's got that going for him.
I mean, with what?
I don't know. I think scored the most points for the first like two open games that they had. So
Yeah, I hear he's a good defender. That's really all I here. He's not a good enough ball handler to play the point. He's not big. He's not very big, height wise. That is. He's not a prolific scorer, and he doesn't do anything special. So I don't know. I just don't. I don't see it working out. But at pick 55, whatever. Uh, if you could have gotten Dalton Connect and Klay, it wouldn't have mattered.
I'm
But
pretty dangerous. So
yeah, if Klay could stay healthy, for sure. But mix that in with Austin Reeves. I mean, it'd be hard to get all three of those guys on the floor, right? Because then you're just a complete defensive liability. But not back in the day. Klay could defend back when he had healthy knees, but that was a long time ago at this point. All right, but Paul George to the Sixers, another big one. Like I said, I like the move. If those guys can stay healthy, that hasn't happened in a while for either of those guys. I did see pop up Kemba Walker officially retired. UConn great, 4-time All Star in the NBA. He was a good player there for several years in the NBA in Charlotte. But yeah, Kemba Walker, and then he just vanished. He just kind of suddenly vanished, and I don't remember if it was injuries or what. But undersized guard, very good player. But he is done. He's officially retiring. And the game going on right now, you've got in the WNBA, the Indiana Fever and Las Vegas Aces. I mean, I guess the Fever are getting better because they're 8-12. I mean, they started what 0-6,
I
and
believe
eight.
so. 0-5 or 0-6.
They got all the way to 6. I remember that. And so yeah, I think they started the year 0-6, and so they've won what eight of their last. They've gone 8-6 since. So you could tell they were starting to figure it out, even in the games they were losing. They were kind of starting to figure it out a little bit. It's still not a good team, but you've got a generational talent that's going to figure out how to play in this league. And they are down 6 right now to the defending champion Las Vegas Aces. Uh, yeah, I'd like to see that game. It's 34-28 Aces with 4:16 in the second quarter. I would love to be watching that game right now, but no TV and I'm unable to pull it up on my phone. So, but I'll be back in business Saturday. So that's frustrating, but
They had a
it's what
they
it
had a
is.
yeah, they had a pretty big win over the weekend. They were able to come back versus Taurasi's team. What is it? The
Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah,
I saw the standing ovation the Phoenix crowd gave Caitlin Clark after the game.
yeah. Came back and yeah, beat Taurasi and Brandon Griner or Brittany Griner. Um,
Is she on the
yeah,
Mercury?
yeah.
Okay, I was like, I had no idea who she played for. I mean, she's getting up there at this point. But of course, Tarasi is going on her 100th Olympics
Yeah.
this summer. I did see that at the top of the ESPN headlines, Clark and Angel Reese are headlining the WNBA, or some of the headliner names on the WNBA All Star team that will be scrimmaging Team USA. I found that interesting. Like I will tune into that. I am
Yeah.
interested in that. That's one. I don't know if the WNBA put that together. It's hard to think that they did that because they have not done one thing right since their inception. So it's hard to think that they came up with that. But even a dead clock is right twice a day. So maybe
Yeah.
they finally figured something out.
Did you see where they named Reese Rookie of the Month? Since when do you give out Rookie of the Month awards? I didn't even know that was a thing until I seen it earlier today.
Yeah, I think they do that in every league, don't they? And I mean, you got Player of the Week in football. I think that's a thing. Um, I think we're only hearing about it because it's Angel Reese.
I'd never heard of Rookie of the Month.
I've heard of similar things. Like if you got Player of the Week, I sure okay. Like if you want to be Rookie of the Month, all right. I'd say she deserves that though. If you're going to give it to somebody, she just had her 11th straight double double.
Yeah.
She's a good player. I mean, she's a very solid player. She's not as good as Caitlin Clark is, no matter how much people want to put the
No.
two like neck and neck as far as talent. They're not. They're like Caitlin Clark is a better player.
Yeah. Reese
But
makes layups and gets her own rebounds.
she's a really good rebounder, and yeah, I mean she's good for a double double every night, 11 straight games. I mean,
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed. Yeah.
yeah, I mean she's definitely a player I would want on my team. But to say that the two are equal as far as talent, that's the only problem I have with Angel Reese's fans. Like, yeah, her. I mean, y'all may be tuning in to watch Angel Reese, but the 85% of the rest of the people are tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark
Yeah.
for reasons I've said numerous times on the show, and I'm not going to get
Did,
in.
did you see the footage of Reese's quadruple dribble?
Of course, like on
Yeah.
probably 50 times. Yeah, on
Yeah.
various TikToks with music added to it. Uh, Angel
That
Reese lowlights. Before she went on this little tear a week ago, Angel Reese lowlights have been
he had
some
a
of
lot of
my
low
favorite things.
lights.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
been some of my favorite things to watch. Just because it starts off with her interview, just talking herself up and how great she is, and how people are tuning in to see her, and then it shows her doing things like that, and so it tickles me. I did see a clip of her or a photo of her shooting, and just the way she's holding the ball. It's like how a toddler holds the ball and throws it up at their little toy basket. It's there's nothing fundamentally correct about it. Like I said, I mean, just Angel Reese's size is why, and her competitiveness. She is a competitive chick. I mean, absolutely. She's feisty, she's competitive, and she's a bigger girl. So she's going to be good at what she does on the floor, which is get rebounds and putbacks.
Yeah.
And she'll post up and get a bucket there too. So I mean, there's definitely a spot for her in the league. Absolutely. And like I said, would I want her on my team? Of course. But it is funny to watch watch her talk about herself like she's this great thing, and then immediately have a clip of her doing a quadruple dribble. And she's done it more
Or
than once. She's
yeah.
done it plenty of times where and they don't call it very often either. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. But I do think there is a rookie of the month, and I would say she deserves it. Absolutely. Good for her. Good for Angel
Yeah.
Reese.
After 11 straight double doubles, I mean, yeah.
I mean, yes, and getting a big win in prime time and celebrating with your boo Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah. Winning the Super Bowl. I mean,
Yeah, it's I mean, she's a dog. You can't teach that, man. All right. Um, I haven't kept up with golf or uh baseball. Anything going on in the golf world that we should talk about before or that you should talk about as I check the MLB standings and see how my Cardinals are doing.
okay. Yeah. This past weekend, I think it was the Rocket Mortgage uh, Classic. I think that's what it's called, was held in Detroit. Um, and it had quite an interesting finish. Young up and comer Akshay Batea, I think that's how you say his first name. He either had the lead or was tied for the lead.
Hang on, what? What's his name? Did you just hit a keyboard a bunch of times and then try to say it?
No,
Whatever
it's
words popped up or letters,
no,
combination of
it's
letters.
I believe his first name is
Now I got you.
Akshay.
Now I got
Ak,
you like self-conscious about it and
yeah,
you're hesitant.
Akshay Batea. I mean, I know how to say his first name or his last
Akshay.
name. Akshay Batea. He had the lead after the first round, was tied or had the lead for the second and third round, went in to Sunday. I think he only made one bogey for the first 3 rounds. Didn't miss a putt within 6 feet. He was putting lights out the whole tournament. And come down to the last hole, uh, he had maybe a 5 foot putt to force a playoff, and he missed it. Made his second bogey of the tournament and missed his first putt within 5 feet for the whole tournament. So, uh, interesting end to that tournament. But Cameron Davis, the Australian, he ends up winning the tournament for the second time. He's the only repeat winner of the Rocket Mortgage Classic. So I was really hoping for some extra golf, and it didn't happen. And I was very shocked that Patea did not make that putt because, like I said, he had been putting lights out the whole weekend. But
Well, good for Akshay Patea or Tough. I don't know. I just
tough,
wanted to say his name. I just wanted to say his name again. Or
tough for Patea. He's a young up and comer. I believe he dropped out of high school so that he could go pro early. Um, but yeah, he's already won, I think, 2 times on tour. I think both of them, or no, one of them last year, one of them this year. But yeah, I expect him to be in the running for a lot more tournaments. So he's really good.
all right, rock on. So the Rocket Mortgage Championship, is that what this was?
Rocket Mortgage Classic.
Rocket Mortgage Classic. It
Yeah.
sounds like a tournament Happy Gilmore would collect one of those big checks in on his way to the Big Tour Championship to face off with Shooter McGavin.
And I think in previous years you had a chance to win a free house or something through Rocket Mortgage if you so many people got to enter and they were backed by one, or they got on one golfer, and if that golfer won they ended up winning a house or like 500 grand for a house. I don't think they did that this year though.
There's so much money in golf. Like there's
Yeah,
so much money in golf. The trophies are the best. Golf always has the best trophies. Uh, so much money like handed out to winners and just placing in it, and yeah, and hey, and you win a house if you win this just random tournament.
yeah.
Um, rock
Well,
on,
they didn't
yeah.
win a house. A random fan won a house.
Well, that's still pretty dang cool. That's even cooler.
Yeah.
With as much money as those golfers make, I mean, yeah, they don't need any help there. All right,
The
touching up on baseball a little bit. My St. Louis Cardinals are 4 games over 500 now, 7-3 in their last 10 games. They've won 2 in a row. Still 5.5 back from the Brewers. I don't think they're going to catch Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think they're just the best team in the Central and have been for the last I don't know 5-6 years at this point. Milwaukee's just figured out the Central, but at least St. Louis is right behind them. St. Louis is the only team with a winning record besides Milwaukee in the Central right now. Cubs are dead last, so all's right in the world there.
Yeah, as they should be.
Yeah. Phillies still have the most wins in baseball right now. Outside of St. Louis, that's my team that I'm tuning in for is Philadelphia. I really like that team. Borderline love that team. Uh, Looking at the standings, Baltimore has overtaken the Yankees in the AL East. That surprised me a little bit. Now they both are. Well, I mean, Baltimore's technically a half a game ahead of New York. I mean, the Yankees are 3-7 in their last 10 games, so
Good
a
for
little bit of
them.
drop off there. But they were, I mean, yeah, they were due, I guess. I mean, they had been on a tear there really all season long.
Yeah.
But yeah, really the NL East is the only one I kind of want to tune in for. The Mets are always on TV every time I tune in. It's always like the Mets and they're playing somebody.
They've been on a tear here lately too, right?
They're 40. I mean, they're 42-41. I mean, they've won 7 of their last 10, but they seem to always kind of be at that 500
Yeah.
record wise. But Philly and Atlanta are always. I mean, they've been really good these last several years. Of course, Atlanta winning it all a couple of years ago. I mean, it's the Braves. The Braves have been good ever since I've been alive. It seems like
Yeah.
very few down seasons in the last 39 years of my existence. But the Phillies are the most fun for me to watch. One, they're really good. Two, they've got a moxie and a swagger about them, and it's just a real a confidence about them. It's just a really fun team to watch play baseball. Did we touched up on Tennessee winning it all last week?
Yeah.
We've got the Olympics coming up. It is. I will have my TV up and running by then. Of course, it's August when things officially get underway, but we're seeing a lot of the qualifying stuff going on right now. Noah Lyles, Shakari Richardson, the sprinting events. That's been what's popped up on the highlights, for me. What is your favorite? What's your favorite Olympic event? One. Do you even check out the Winter Olympics really?
Not really, unless it's like you lucky enough to catch bobsled going down, or I don't know, curling. I might watch for like 5 minutes just to laugh and giggle, but yeah, not
Bobsledding is
really.
interesting to me, but I don't get into the Winter Olympics. But as far as I'm
Yeah,
all about the Summer Olympics. I will have the Summer Olympics on for the next 6 weeks or however long it lasts, from opening ceremony like till the end of it, and then I miss
yeah.
it when it's gone. But favorite event, what would you point to just as the event of the Summer?
I don't know, man. It comes down to the swimming events or the long distance running, just because I think those guys are like true freaks, especially the long distance running. Uh, yeah, it always amazes me.
Well, they're all freaks, every single one of them. But I really feel like there's only one right answer with this, and it's the 100-meter dash. It's the most exciting 10 seconds in all of sports. I mean,
Yeah,
the finals of the 100-meter dash are can't miss 10 seconds. It's the anticipation is awesome, the excitement, everything. I guess Noah Lyles will be the favorite, but man, it's close. I mean, it's pretty close, like it has been in the qualifiers. So it's going to be a fun Olympics to check out. But we got another month till that. But I guess we're going to get out of here, and I should be more caught up on sports next week since I'll have a TV and all that. But until then, we'll with a more informed episode next week. We'll see y'all next time. This is your host, Graham Powell.
Brother Brown.
Deuces, y'all.
Peace.